No, we'll get them looked at tomorrow. I don't think it's significant, but we won't know until tomorrow.
Not the outcome you had wanted, but what can you say of the fight and the sense of urgency?
Yeah, I mean, I think we always will. I think that's who they are. They'll compete hard. I thought we were a little slow. I mean, that would be the thing that I talk about our game. I mean, I would expect them to be quick. They're sitting on 4 days rest, but I thought we just didn't move the puck quite the way we wanted to. And then it's a tight game, right? Like I think the 5-on-5 chances in the second period were 2 each team, so it was not a high. But both teams grind a little bit. We won't like the way we move the puck maybe at times, and at the end of the day, you go for 5 on the power play, and you got whatever 217 empty net. We consider that part of our power play, so we're for 6 on that, and they were 1 for 2, and that's the difference in the game.
What was the biggest challenge on the man advantage for your team?
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I guess getting some pucks through and getting some handles on some pucks around the net. I mean, they're not going to give you the. We on our PK, we tried to poke a puck by. It didn't get all the way down, and that came back and it opened up a hole. They didn't make that mental mistake, and when we did have our chances, we either missed the net or I think Hags missed the net 5 times tonight, but he scored the one. Right, he hit the net once, and it was in the back of the net. He hits the net more times than not. So I'm not complaining about the game. I didn't think we were great. And you're not winning every game, so if we're going to lose 2-1 in a game where maybe we feel we could be a little sharper, then we just move on.
Sam Reinhart, a bright spot once again. Just what can you say if the consistency continues to show?
Yeah, I think he and Barkov have got it going pretty good. You know, they're different physical attributes that each has, but they both find each other. So those two guys played way more than I wanted them to tonight, but it was all power play, special team stuff for the most part. I think they had 8 minutes. Plus the 2 at the end. They're probably 10 minutes on the ice on special teams. So we got to get some jump into some other guys here for tomorrow night's game because I've run the top end pretty hard.
Quick turnaround looking ahead to tomorrow. Yeah. What's the best way in your mind to recharge?
I mean, with that part we'll have fun. There's lots of guys that didn't play that many minutes that they shouldn't be able to drive the bus. It's just somebody else has to do it. Might get a couple of players back into our lineup that would excite the group, and you need a little jolt on back-to-back. So keep your game as simple and as fast as you can.
You mentioned getting some players back into the lineup tomorrow. What has impressed you most about the way this team, especially the defense, has stepped up in Ekblad?
Yeah, you know what? It's been true of every game, and the expectation, I think, looking at it, we've been on playing pretty much, it feels like every second night for November, that they would have had a big lead on us in this game, that we would have had to fight back pretty hard on that. And then I don't think that the chances are too far out of skew. So we've been pretty darn good defensively, even when we're not. We got to scratch and claw a little bit. It's not going to look perfect. And that's kind of how I felt with the game. It didn't look the way you'd want it to look, but you understand sometimes how pucks moved. And they compete. These guys will play hard.
What's about your goalie? You give up a goal or 2 in a game, you're going to win a fair share.
Yeah.
What's about what he was able to do tonight?
Well, that's what he's been. He's been real good. He made 2, I think, early in the game, especially. He had some work there. In the second, it got a little quiet, but they were a little quicker than us in the start. So, Sergei does a marvelous job of sensing when we need kind of that push, and he was real good early. They kept it, and then the game settled in for a little bit. But he's been great for us. Always has been.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to stick with it and kind of get ourselves back and have a fighting chance. I mean, you give them credit that they're a team when they have the lead. It's not easy to come back on them. So, I think they were a little bit more assertive early on, a little bit quicker on pucks, and we fell behind. And I think just come out with that mentality a little bit earlier and try to get off to a better start, especially against a team like that.
It's down by 2, but you were able to cut their deficit, finding the back of the net. Just how were you able to break through?
Just simplify. I mean, it wasn't going for us all night. I think we were trying to do a little bit too much, and give them credit. They kind of bring that out of you, and that's kind of what we try and bring out of other teams. So, I think they stuck to their game plan a little bit better earlier on, and then we simplified. And I mean, that's going to happen in this league. your natural tendency with the leads, going to be to sit back a little bit. So we were able to get on the forward check a little bit more in the third period and find a little bit more success.
Special teams, another big story, 0 for 5 on the man advantage. What was the biggest challenge in being able to execute?
We had some zone time. We had some opportunities. It was just a matter of not capitalizing tonight. That kind of translated from our 5-on-5 game a little bit too. Just didn't have it around the net, and then you start trying to do a little bit too much, but a little bit too much on the perimeter. I think when it's not going for you try and feel the puck a little bit more as opposed to simplifying. And they got some big bodies in front, so it's easy to play on the perimeter.
Tomorrow night, game 2 of a back-to-back. What's the best way to regroup?
That's what you want in this league after a loss. You want to get back and get back in the win column. So we're excited about the challenge. Recover now and get ready for tomorrow.
You've been scoring a lot of goals, your team, over this 5-game winning streak tonight. What were they able to do to you offensively?
Well, I think that's just their game plan. It was never going to be a 7-6 game against these guys. We knew that. So, the way we both try and play is simple and defend. So they did a little bit better job of that tonight.
Thanks, Sam.
Well, yeah, we needed to score a goal, and we got only one. But I mean, against those type of teams, it's hard to play from behind, especially like a couple goals in third period. So it wasn't our best effort today, but somehow found the way to get close, and we'll take only good things from this and learn how to play when things are not going the right way.
Your team has been so prolific offensively. What was the biggest challenge early on in terms of what the Kings were doing defensively?
Well, obviously they're a good team, but I think our effort it wasn't as good as it should have been against that type of team, and we didn't work that hard to get to the spots where we can score or so stuff like that. I think we should have played harder, and we could have played harder, but it's over now. We just got to concentrate on the next one.
Over 5 on the man advantage. Special teams, a big story in that one. What was the most challenging aspect of not being able to execute?
Well, there, I mean, we had shots. We had few good chances to score. I don't think we did anything bad there. We moved the puck. We got pucks to the net. We had some chances. So just gotta stick with it and don't get down on it. Just stay confident.
You mentioned earlier about focusing on the next game. Quick turnaround tomorrow, game 2 of a back-to-back. What's the best way to reset and recharge to prepare?
Well, just forget about this one and like recovery and stuff. And it's a good thing we get to stay in the same place. Just drive tomorrow to the Anaheim, and no need to fly now. So we get extra time to recover and get ready for tomorrow.
Thank you so much.